Let me show you how to. This is what we have. Some come to the mixing. But from you, really light and fluff out some soy soda. So I have 2 coconut trees in my garden. Let me give you a tip if you're growing coconut at home. So I realized that it is sweeter when you let nature give you in its own time, as in when you let the coconut fall right from the tree. So I took the coconut to my family house. My mom has a really easy way to remove the husk, to reveal the coconut instead of using a knife. She uses a hammer to hit it continuously till it is soft enough to peel the husk right out of your hands with ease. I soon realized I could easily make coconut coir with her method of taking out the husk. So I tried it and it worked perfectly. All this while I have been dumping my husk on my garden walkways because making coir is very tasking. The first time I made it at home some years ago, I got my worker to pound the husk in a mortar and it took a while. So we're able to get the coconut out really. Now let me show you how to work on this. Okay. This one's still something. So this is few days after I got home and I had already started chopping it with scissors. So let me show you how I achieved this really smooth coconut coir that looks like sawdust. It really looks like sawdust, but it isn't. And no, you cannot replace this with sawdust. So I'm shredding them so that I can easily cut them with scissors. You need a really sharp scissors. You just want to cut them in tiny pieces, as tiny as possible. We have our coco coir, and then there is water, so just going to pour some water in here. So this is after 3 days, and after 3 days you're gonna have something like this. So what you will do is just to sieve it, take all of that water out. Can you see the color of that water? This is what we have. This is the color of the water. So we want to throw this away. We got fresh water, and what we want to do is just to pour it over to rinse it. It's okay to rinse it once, even though the color is still red. This can actually be used as a natural dye. I have seen where someone used this as a natural dye, but I don't know all of the process, so that's even not the purpose of this video. So I've processed this easily from the comfort of my home, out of the coconut that fell from the tree in my garden. So now this is actually ready for, so I'm just going to leave this here to drain out a bit and then trash this. So this has drained, and now what we're going to do is to let this sit and dry under the sun for maybe an hour, depends on how long it is going to dry. So we're going to dry this. It can actually be mixed wet, but I realized that if you're mixing it with your soil to plant, if you mix it when it's still wet, it is very difficult to mix. So I'm just going to let it sit for a few minutes or maybe an hour under the sun before we use. Let's do that. Spring, New Year. This is where I dumped the previous ones that I had collected. That a few minutes, it is drying up, but I'm getting so impatient because I want to wrap up this video. It has taken over a week to do this video, so I am just going to mix this up right now with, just show you how I plant with it. So we want to move this to one side first of all, and then some compost, and we have sand. So after adding this, I just realized that my soil, that the compost and the sand mixture is a bit more than the coco coir. So I'm just going to take out some of the sand and the compost, put that in one place, just so I can get an equal amount of sand to coco coir. Okay, my coco coir, my compost and soil, what we're going to do is to mix these guys together. Just mix it all at once. Rich Claire, come, let us mix this. Yay. Stay over there. Let's do the mixing, because I know that you would
mix it.
Enjoy mixing it together. No, Rich Claire, come on.
She's fine.
Stay on this side so that the camera can catch everything. Ew. It is mixing so well. I just love how it looks.
Mold them to see how it is.
So garden soil can also be used in place of sharp sand. Even with the sharp sand, you can add some garden soil to it. Claire, can we get some garden soil from you?
Garden soil.
Do you know where to get the garden soil? Check that where the fish water runs to. Okay? Yeah. We have some really good soil down there. You can also add some perlite, but I like to just use what my hands can reach.
Brought it.
So you can add some
I'm getting
garden
more.
soil. So this is we're adding some garden soil. No place. I don't want a really thick soil. I want it super lightweight and yeah, so that the roots can breathe.
Hey, don't mix it out.
These will be planted in pots. These are for pots. If you're going to grow in pots, this is very good for your plants. This was easy and so fun to do. Wow.
Good hand massage.
Okay. We need a plant and we need this. So we're just going to put this inside for really good drainage. Okay. Really good drainage, and yeah, I'm going to load this into the pot. Put that in the pot. Can you see how nice and fluffy the soil is? The soil is so fluffy. So we're just going to create a hole where we can, where we can transplant the seedling. So let me show you how. So take all this take this soil out of it. Okay, so let me give you the honor of transplanting it. Take soil from there and put on top. Don't press it, okay? We need it really light and fluffy. Yeah, that's this. Nice. No, it's good. Take out some soil. Take out some soil so that when we water, we don't want the water to flow out. We want it to flow. Okay. Alright. And we have, and this will grow really well, and it's so lightweight. It's so light. Yeah. So one really good thing about the soil is when you water, it drains easily. It's so easy.